Welcome to the channel. And Barbondale, new territory for me this, although it's on the doorstep of my former stamping ground. And it's quite nice down here, it's lovely. There's a few people around, which I'm surprised at. So today, we're only doing about 5 miles. Going to have a look at some more potholes. We're going up to Bullpot Farm, which is the headquarters of the Red Rose Caving Club. Then from there we're going to go down to have a look at, well, it's just a manhole cover really at Lancaster Pot, but it's quite famous in the caving world. And we go down to Easegill and we'll walk up Easegill and then back over Casterton Fell. So as we make our way over Blind Beck Bridge and onto Bridleway, we'll have a look at the route. So we're making our way up the Bridleway, what I thought was going to be a nice quiet walk. Don't know if you can see remnants of them behind me there, but I mean, coach parties just come this way down Bridleway, and then there were old people dog walking where we parked cars. Hopefully that'll be the last of them. I don't think we'll see anybody once we get down to sort of Ease Gill and then sort of walking over Casterton Fell, unless there's any cavers around. Right, on we go. So through that gate, and the muddy Bridleway has turned into a bit of a walled lane. Oh, and I think I'm overdressed. I'm wrapped up like Nanook of the North, and it's quite warm. I may have to de-layer, and I'm not sure how far we're going to get. Well, obviously if you've seen this, we've managed to get all the way around, but there's some shooting, and if you've watched previous videos, you'll know that Charlie doesn't like that at all, no matter how far away it is. So we'll see, he's all right at the moment. We'll carry on towards Bullpot Farm. So we're through Bullpot Farm. There's quite a few cars there and a couple of tents, so there might be some cavers around. Maybe have a word with them. That's that notice board I've just shown you there. I don't know if you paused it to have a read of it, but it's one of the most extensive cave systems in the country, and it was discovered purely by chance. I'll tell you more about it and show you some clips when we get up to Lancaster Hole. Right, on another muddy path. So fortunately we've turned and we're heading away from that shooting over there. So Charlie seems to be fine at the moment. So yeah, we'll continue to head away from it for the rest of the walk now. Really. Right, so we're down in Ease Gill, and this is a brilliant formation here, isn't it? Look. And I've just gone and blooming realised, I bet you haven't been able to hear me for ages, because I plugged the receiver in when I said I realised I'd been filming on internal mic, I put receiver in, but I forgot to turn the microphone on, didn't I? Oh, it's been a disaster so far. Right, so yeah, that's spectacular. So we carry on following Ease Gill for a bit before we climb back up the other side of it and out somewhere up towards Lancaster Hole. Right, on we go. Well, this is lovely, just sauntering down pretty much the middle of Easegill, which the water in it keeps coming and going. I wonder how much rain you need for this to be fully flowing without it just kind of disappearing underground. Yeah, it's all right down here. And the route that I had plotted, it leaves the gill soon to branch off up to the right and go directly up to Lancaster Hole. But I think what we're going to do is just carry on straight down the gill to Easegill Kirk, and then there's a footpath from there takes you back to Bullpot Farm, and we'll just branch off that on the way back to have a look at Lancaster Hole. And I think we might have some lunch soon down here. Right, on we go. So we've arrived at this, which is entrance to a pothole, first one we've come across of the day. Don't know if it's got a name. If it has and I can find it, I'll stick it on the screen. But yeah, that's it's a long way down there, isn't it? And I've just heard some people down just where I was thinking about stopping for lunch. I've just heard some kids down here. So this is down towards Easegill Kirk now. So that's looking back to Easegill Kirk, which is just a big ravine. I couldn't really get anywhere for any shots apart from walking back up it, and I'm not doing that. So we found this little spot here where we're going to have lunch. It's glorious down here. So yeah, going to pop ourselves down here and have our lunch before nipping over that stile, and then up there and up to have a look at Lancaster Hole. Right, lunchtime. So we had lunch down there in Easegill Kirk. It was very pleasant. Last time I was there, it was at the start of, well, it's near the start. We started off in Leck and we came up here and we ended up going over Gregareth up there, but we went off Great Combe and over there, and then back down Gregareth and back into Leck. Oh, and it was an absolute nightmare of a day. It rained pretty much all the way around. We were clagged in all day. Yes, it wasn't the best of days, wasn't that? And that blooming shooting started again. They must have stopped for lunch, and it's going again. Anyway, we're heading away from it this way, so we should be all right. Right, on we go, see if we can find this Lancaster Hole. So that gate there, that leads to a pothole called Cow Pot. We're not going down there. We're going to go down here, which is where I believe this Lancaster Hole is. So here we are at Lancaster Hole. Now, I think it was 1947 that was discovered purely by chance, and it ended up revealing one of the most extensive cave systems in the country. I'll put some footage on if I can find it. I was going to see if I could remember the bloke's name, and I've forgotten. I'll put some, once we start heading back, I'll put some footage on and some details all about it. Yeah, so that's Lancaster Hole, entrance to one of the most extensive cave systems in the country. Right, so we're going to retrace our steps back to the main path and follow that back to Bullpot Farm.
In 1946, this man, George Corns, and his pals in the BSA, the old British Speleological Association, were cave hunting across this limestone country, when by chance he discovered something that will perpetuate his name among cavers as long as people go underground.
There's some old lime kilns there, just before we get back to Bullpot Farm, and we trace our steps from there back to the car. So here we are at Bullpot, and that's just a reminder of how dangerous caving is, especially cave diving. So yeah, that's Bullpot, site of an accident, a tragedy. And there's a place just north of Grassington, it's called Nosedale, and I've walked past that a few times, and every time I do, it sends shivers down my spine. There's a plaque on the rocks there about I think it was 1969. 6 members at Leeds University Potholing Club were drowned while down in them potholes. They were caught out by a flash thunderstorm that flooded all the caves. Yeah, it's tragic. Right, so we're nearly back at Bullpot Farm now. So we're back at Bullpot Farm. It's just a matter of retracing our steps all the way back to the car now. Charlie's going to get in the river when we get back there. He's absolutely filthy. I don't believe it. Look at the state of this. I don't believe it. I cut off short there. That blooming. Remember right at the beginning when I said there's a coach party just past us on Bridleway? That was them going back the other way. So yeah, retracing our steps now back to the car, and then Charlie's off for a swim in the river when we get there. Look at this. Right, on we go. So that's looking up to Castle Knot, which I think there's some people on by the looks of it up there, and Calf Top. I've done both of them many years ago. Came up from other side, from Loon Valley to do them. Yeah, that was a lot of years ago when I was up there. Right, on we go, but down to the car. I don't know if you heard it, Ben, but there's a stag calling, or whatever the technical term is for the noise they make in the rut over there. Can't see it, don't know where it is, but I don't know if you picked it up or not. So here we are, back at car. Charlie's keen to jump in, but he's not going anywhere near until he's been in the river down there. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. It's been good, hasn't it? Something different. Then the potholes were good. I hope I've been able to find some footage and put some details on for you. And that little cave thing right at the head of Easegill, that was good as well, wasn't it? Yeah, it's been good. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, we'll hopefully see you on another one soon. Ta-ra!